Hello there. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Laura Moody with Laura Moody Real Estate. I wanted to share a few things with you today about the real estate market and a few other surprises. Did you know that it's National Marriage Month? That's right, actually National Wedding Month. And so I have an idea to help newlyweds to attain their first home. You can fix this pillow. You know, money is the gift of choice, it seems, with newlyweds these days, and who can blame them, because it's really hard to get started. And here's a really good way to help them to find get themselves into their first home. They need to just go to the bank, open up a regular savings account, and they call it the bridal registry account. And then anytime that they get a wedding gift of money, any checks, the money dance, cash gifts, whatever, then they just go and put it right into their bridal registry account. And then when it comes time to buy a house, then they just call me. I help them find their dream home. Well, it wouldn't be their dream home, it would be their first home, which is a dream come true. And then what they need is 3.5% of a down payment, which hopefully has added up in their bridal registry account, and they're ready to buy a home. What better gift is there? Nobody wants 4 toasters or waffle irons these days anyway. And so I suggest the bridal registry savings account, and so that they can get their first home. So I wanted to share that with you, and also because it is National Wedding Month, guess what? I have just gotten married. That's right, not because it was National Wedding Month, but because I fell in love. I married a great guy. His name is Tom Snow. And so we decided that we were going to get married in the snow. So the weather has been kind of funny. You know, it's been a very mild winter, and I wasn't sure when it was going to snow. We didn't know if we were going to get married tomorrow or next year, for all we knew. And so we just waited, and on January 23rd, it started snowing in the late afternoon, and we decided to do this. And we got married in the forest next to my house, next to our house now. We filled it with twinkly lights. And we just gave everybody like a 2-hour notice. We didn't have a certain date. Everybody knew we were engaged, but nobody knew exactly when we were going to do it. And so we called everybody. They had about a 2-hour notice. If they could make it, great. If they couldn't make it, we understood, because I didn't want people to think they had to travel or take off work or bring gifts or anything like that. It was just like a come-as-you-are party, really. And then we had very simple refreshments. We had a hot dog station, a hot chocolate bar, and our wedding cake was literally donuts and milk. The whole thing from start to finish took about a half hour. No, about an hour and a half, I have to say. And then everybody left. And it was all about us, and it was wonderful. It was simple, it was stress-free, and we don't have anything on our credit cards to pay off. Perfect. So you're going to be noticing that I'm going to be trying to hyphenate my name for a while. It's going to be Laura Moody -Snow. You might start seeing that on my signs pretty soon. But it's a tricky business at my age to change your name. So anyway, be watching for that. I also wanted to share something with you that was kind of cool, because we weren't sure when it was going to snow, and I knew we wouldn't have time to get flowers. Look what we did. Look what we did. Made this wedding bouquet out of brooches. Let me bring it up a little closer so that you can see how sparkly and cute it is. Now, over time, I've collected these antique brooches, and anyone can do it. Just start scouting flea markets and old jewelry boxes and antique stores, and just start collecting brooches. And then I just wired each brooch to floral wire, and then I just threaded them into this big fake hydrangea, and then I just taped it all together and tied a bow on it. And how cute is it? It turned out so cute in the pictures, and my little granddaughters had so much fun holding it, but we didn't throw it. Now I'll have it forever. I keep it in my living room in a little vase. Fact is, I probably won't be wearing these brooches now ever again. But that's okay, I'll start collecting more. That in itself is fun. So I know that doesn't have a whole lot to do with real estate, but I do like to share little things with you that just add a little touch of happiness to living within the four walls of the real estate that in fact you do live in. Now, I should tell you that the Federal Reserve met this week, and they have upgraded the hope of the economy. Meaning, at the beginning of the year when they met, they predicted that there would be modest growth in the economy for the year 2012. But now they just met again, and they have upgraded their hopes. And what they're saying is that they predict a moderate amount of growth in the economy. And that's actually very, very good news. So you don't want to grow too fast, you don't want to grow too slow. So moderate is excellent. But the fact is, with this moderate growth also came a little rise in interest rates. Last week, I have to look, I don't remember numbers as well. Last week our interest rates on a 30-year fixed loan were 4%, and now today they have clocked in at 4.375, which is a little bit of a jump, to tell you the truth. It's still an excellent rate, it's still historically low. But just be aware that what happens when the Federal Reserve meets, if the economy is strong, they don't have as much motivation to keep interest rates low to encourage people to buy homes. So I definitely see change on the horizon, and in the pretty near future. Moderate growth in the economy, a little bit higher interest rates. And so if you've been thinking about getting an investment property or buying a home or selling your home, it's kind of time to jump on the wagon. Some people think, oh, I'm going to sit and wait until there's more value in my home. But the fact is, if interest rates continue to go up, it's going to be harder to find buyers. But also keep in mind that it is a good time to sell your home, because some people think that, oh, if I just wait till next year, then my home will be worth more. But economists in the real estate community are predicting that by the year 2015, rates will go up 5.7, not rates, prices should go up about 5.7%, which isn't a huge amount of growth if you're paying two mortgages or paying for high utilities or anything like that. It actually, I predict that this spring and summer are going to be excellent times to buy and to sell. So the fact is, you may not want to wait too much longer, because it's not like suddenly overnight they're going to skyrocket. But I want to also point out that that's national percentages, not our location, which often does much better than the national average. Anyway, I do appreciate that you tuned in, and please keep sending referrals. I love them so much. They keep me happy, and they keep me busy, and they keep a roof over my head and food on the table. So thank you very much, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Happy housing. Bye-bye.